Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your August 2021 astrological forecast. The Sun and Mercury are still in your fellow fire sign of Leo in your 9th house. That's where you have the sign of Leo. There's a new moon here on the 8th also. So, I mean, the Sun has been here since like last month, okay, towards the end of July. So your mind may have turned to, let's say, like travel. Okay, you are the natural ruler of the 9th house. Okay, this house is the house of foreign anything. Okay, foreign people, foreign countries, foreign travel, foreign languages even. It's the house of exploration, treasure hunting, things like that. Philosophy, your philosophy on life, period. Some of it based on your background. Different cultures, your ability to learn from different cultures or even teach. This is the house of teachers and of higher learning, media, publishing, but it's also the house of spirituality and religious beliefs and many, many other things. Okay, legal matters. I mean, I could go on and on. So one of these areas here, there is going to be like a little bit of a rebirth, okay, because of this new moon on the 8th. It brings new moon brings new beginnings wherever it's occurring. So maybe you have always had an interest in whatever subject, you know, maybe you even studied it or read about whatever a long time ago, and you just never did anything with it, and all of a sudden you're in the mood to either pick it back up again or expand it in some way or other, learn more, go a little bit further with it than you did in the past. As far as travel goes, if you're unable to do something like that right now, your mind always travels to places all over the universe. Okay, so if you're unable to physically get somewhere at this time, you're still traveling in one way or other. And you obviously, especially with Mercury being here, are in contact with people who live at a distance, possibly though someone in another country. Now there's a second full moon, okay, in Aquarius. I don't know how it happened, but yep, Aquarians get another full moon in their sign on the 22nd. And where you have Aquarius in your chart is your 3rd house. It's directly across from your 9th house of Leo. Both of these houses are travel and communication houses. They're internet houses. Excuse me. Jupiter and Saturn are currently transiting in Aquarius in your 3rd house, and they're both in retrograde motion. So around that full moon, okay, your 3rd house is regular, like daily mail, like postal mail, okay, email, text messages, cell phones, anything, even electronics, just due to the sign of Aquarius being here. But your 3rd house is your everyday life, your neighborhood, your neighbors, the people you would encounter throughout the normal course of a day. It's the written word though too, so maybe you might receive some kind of long distance communication around this time, around this full moon, that I don't know, rubs you the wrong way, or you're not sure how to take it maybe even, or you're just pissed. You know, who knows? It could be something like that, or it could be nothing too big of a deal, you know. The 9th house, again, being legal matters. Maybe you receive something in the mail regarding something like that, but to me it looks like some kind of ploy or tactic to get you to do something. I'm pretty sure that you'll pick up on that right away. So, you know, you might just like blow it off, which is pretty much what you should do. As far as travel goes, though, if you were really trying to travel at this time, if it was like a die-hard thing, you really had to go around this full moon, it might be a little bit hard. A little bit hard to do, that's all. But I really do believe that it's possibly on the communication end. that you know, you could really start something. Let's say that new moon around the 8th, anything ninth house related, but if it is a communication or the written word, publishing, something like that, maybe something you've written, you're submitting to be published, whatever it is, you may be doing something, okay, because in order to enhance your career or your reputation in some way or other, it's simply for the fact that there are a lot of planets in Virgo in your 10th house of career. Okay, that's where you have the sign of Virgo. Okay, Mercury moves into Virgo on the 11th. The Sun moves here on the 22nd. Venus is here up until the 15th. And Mars is here like all month. So having Mars, especially in your 10th house, kind of means that you're going after a position that you would like to have. Could be if you currently work for someone else. It could be a position within the company. Or if you were looking for a completely new job altogether. This would be the time that you would really be sending out fillers or at least interviewing for a new position, maybe even getting it at this time. If you don't work at all or you're retired, there's some kind of possibly prestigious position, like an award even, you know, but as far as your public life goes, how you're known by reputation, that's what this 10th house is also, how you're known professionally and personally. So you could just be the topic of conversation right now, you know, but if you were trying to get publicity at this time, you would be getting it, okay? A lot of it started with that 9th house stuff being in Leo. Maybe you were interviewed at this time, and whatever you have said is going to be published in, even if it's in an online newspaper or magazine or something like that. Also, though, you could have been learning something, okay, while planets are in your 9th house, learning something that will enhance your career or your ability to get a better job or something like that, or a better position. So it could even be a foreign language, because maybe you will be dealing with people who speak whatever language you're learning, okay? Maybe in the future your career rests in other countries or dealing with people in other countries. That is one of the things that you govern, okay? Sagittarians always do well overseas, no matter where they live, okay? So you always do well in foreign countries. Let's see here. So, I do have to say, though, having Venus in your 10th house, okay, up until like the 15th, actually moved here at the end of July, having Venus in your 10th house is almost like having Venus in your 1st house or having Venus in your own zodiac sign, okay? People see the best in you, but usually they're really critiquing your appearance. They just think you're beautiful. You know, you are having like, I'd have to say, even like movie star quality to you, just simply for the fact that the planet Neptune is in Pisces. It's in your 4th house. It's directly across from your 10th house. And that is, it's in opposition to Virgo. They are opposite signs, but Neptune brings about that kind of quality in a lot of things, you know. But at one point or other, it will oppose this Venus. So it does kind of, I think, bring about a little bit of an allure or something, how unrealistic it is. You know, even if it is unrealistic, it could be true, but it's, if someone said something to you about it, you'd probably wonder, where are they getting that from? Or somebody could tell you, you look like a certain celebrity or something like that, and you don't see it at all. And it's probably true that you probably don't even faintly resemble them, but this person is, for some reason, that's what they're saying, okay? So very nice press. Very nice press at this time. If you're not in the public eye, people are still talking about you somewhere or other. Okay, even if it is just on social media. And Venus actually moves into Libra on the 16th. Okay, where you have Libra in your chart is your 11th house. And Mercury moves here on the 30th, but we'll cover that next month when Mercury is like fully into Libra, and it's not in there long enough to actually do anything, okay, for you anyway. So having Venus in your 11th house of friends and acquaintances and the places where you would normally go to hang out, any kind of group or organization that you belong to. But it's also social media, and it's like your most sociable house. So if you're not actually going out in public, you are online in social media or something or other, and having Venus here opens up really nice conversations with people that you're meeting, even ones that you already know. A topic of conversation is always lighthearted when Venus is in play here. You know, nobody wants to talk about anything too serious or depressing even. So this makes you like very popular with people because you're a positive person anyways, but even more so when Venus is here. When you socialize with people, it's always something fun. Or the subject that you're discussing with someone is always fun. So all of the planets, Jupiter through Pluto, the outer planets, these are considered the outer planets, okay? Meaning they're like further away from Earth, okay? Their personal planets are like Mercury through Mars, more or less. Some people consider Mars an outer planet, but I don't. Anyway, they're all in retrograde motion except for the planet Uranus, which will turn retrograde on the 19th. Okay, so then all of the outer planets will be in retrograde motion, and what that means is wherever they're transiting in your chart, they've just slowed down their effect for whatever that house governs. So a lot of times you know, you don't get anywhere. It seems like things stall. But a lot of times, retrograde any planet is good for reviewing and changing your mind about something and even inquiring more. A lot of times you find out more information or information that wasn't even available to you when a planet is retrograde. So, this is retrograde in your 6th house. That's where you have the sign of Taurus, your 6th house of the kind of work that you do in the workplace and your co-workers and your work schedule, even the building that you actually work in. It's also your house of health, okay, and house of service, many other things, okay. But when this turns retrograde, I wouldn't be surprised if work that you've done in the past, even if it's not related to what maybe you currently do now for a living, someone may think of you and contact you to do some work for them. You may gain a new client at this time. The kind of work that you do is really changing since this planet has been here, and it involves usually electronics. But having Taurus here on the 6th house means that it's probably some form of art, just because Taurus is ruled by Venus. And not only that, I've mentioned before that it may have something to do with your speaking or singing voice, your throat. Okay, and if these are problems, actually, this part of your body, the neck, your neck, if your neck has been bothering you, okay, it is throwing your back out, actually. Maybe you don't realize it, but you think you have back pain, or how did I hurt my back, or because nothing happened in order to hurt it. A lot of this it's your neck. Okay, so this is something you may suddenly realize when this planet turns retrograde, okay, and find a way to fix that or remedy it in some way. But at least now you know what the problem is, Okay, so that's the area where something like that would happen. And I do have to mention here, because this is the house of many, many things, but one of them is small pets. So I wouldn't be surprised if you got a cat or dog or parakeet or something or other, turtle, whatever, at this time. Okay, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Sagittarius on the 16th and 17th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign. And your opposite sign is Gemini, and those dates are the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. The best time for romance, creativity, recreation, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 11th, 12th, 13th, 24th, 25th, and 26th. The best time for money is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 18th, and 19th. The best time for your career is the 9th, 10th, and 11th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I hope you enjoyed your astrological forecast for August. Be sure to check out my weekly forecast. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Check out Ask Me a Question in the description below this video. There's also a link there to my website if you would like to have your personal chart done. I will see you next week. Goodbye.